Hey guys, this is Hayden with Camping World Mesa. It is my sincere pleasure to introduce you all to the 2025 Cougar Midnight Edition, model number 316 RLS. It's an incredible unit with a lot to offer. Let's go. What we're going to talk about is the absolute abundance of storage. So, with the HyperCore sidewalls, you have an incredible insulation. In this pass-through storage, if you want to come a little bit closer here, you're going to see a lot of advantages here. So, not only can this be my bed when I come to visit, but you also have inverted outlets. So that means with your inverter, which is installed, you're going to be able to run 110 on these outlets. Second of all, if you want to come in a little closer right here, just kind of show what I'm pointing to. So these are your awning controls. So much of the time, your awning controls are on the inside. This means that you're not even looking at your awning whenever you're opening it or closing it. Now you have the ability to open and close your awning while you're outside looking at the awning. This means that you're not going to hit anybody. This means that you're not going to have like your door blocking the way. You're going to be able to see your awnings come out when they're working. The Cougar Midnight Edition has a very convenient, surface light on the inside of the storage. This way, when it's nighttime, when you're working, you'll still be able to see everything. Here's your cable right there. There's the pass-through storage entryway. We have a lot of advantages. Let's see some more stuff. So with the Cougar Midnight Edition, you're gonna get the Helix hitch. So come on in, take a good look at this thing. This is incredible. So I'm sure you've seen, like foam padded hitches and things like that. You'll see like a foam layer about that thick. It's going to remove a lot of the tension and everything and take a lot of the tension off the bolts in the frame and put it here. However, with the Helix, you're getting a spring powered hitch. This is going to completely remove the tension from the bolts, from the frame, and it's going to just kind of absorb it right here. This is the absolute best way to go when it comes to fifth wheel towing. Okay guys, we're kind of looking at a little bit closer on the inside right now. So this Cougar Midnight Edition, all Cougars are different. Every single Cougar is going to have a little bit different build and options. This one has the lithium battery already installed with it. You have a solar controller as well as a 2,000 watt sine wave inverter. So that means your outlets are already at 110. That means you're going to be able to go to a total of 2,000 watts of solar panels before you have to upgrade your inverter. You also have your spare tire as well as a little bit of storage, and your solar panel disconnect as well as your battery disconnect are all right here, so you can conveniently turn all these off whenever you're done camping. Very important. One of the number one reasons people drain their batteries is because they don't have a disconnect switch. You have three. You have one for the solar panels. You have one for the regular lithium battery. You have one for everything. This means that when you get done with your camping trip, with your trip, you can just come on out. Rather than turning all those lights off on the inside, you just come on out, turn this to off, this to off, this to off. Everything's off. Your battery will not drain. Okay guys, we're on the other side of the pass-through storage right now. Come on a little bit closer so they can see this. You got a magnet attachment right here so that your door just automatically hooks on. No trouble. You have an exterior shower. Now, no one expects you to shower outside, but when you're outside and you're working and it's really, really cold outside, it's 40 below, maybe it's 0 degrees, it's kind of nice to have hot water to wash your hands with. So that's kind of what that's for. This is your whole workstation right here. If you want to get a little bit closer, maybe kind of show them everything. You got your winterize, your city fill, your tank flush. Tank flush, obviously very important. When you're at a dump station, you can plug a hose in here. It'll push everything out. If you want to come over here a little bit, we have a very nice light to help us when we're at nighttime. This is your one button push auto leveling. So this means you just press auto level. This thing will start moving and completely level itself all by itself. It's the only auto leveling you can do with a beer in your hand. And as you can see, we have plenty of space in here, lots of storage. This is your tankless hot water heater. So as long as you got propane, as long as you got water, you have endless hot water. That means no more Navy showers, no more of those 15-minute showers that we're so used to with RVs. Now you can actually relax and enjoy yourself. You got the camper, enjoy the benefits. All right, we're on the back now. With this unit, you have prep for a backup camera. That means it's got the wiring in it and the holder for you, so all you need to get is the camera and the monitor and you will be good. It has a permanent ladder, a fully walkable roof. Now remember, when it comes to roofs and walkable roofs, it is walkable, not partyable. So you can definitely have 1 or 2, maybe 3 people up there with a lawn chair when you're watching NASCAR and everything. But if you get to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you're gonna have a few problems. Just remember that. That's with all RVs. Don't let anyone steer you wrong. These are also frameless windows. That means it's going to be better insulation. They go in a lot deeper. They're a lot more, industrious and efficient. They're going to keep your cool air or your hot air inside of your RV. You have very good insulation on the Cougar Midnight Edition. There's a few more things I just want to go over. So you have multiple awnings on the front side of your RV. We are on the passenger side right now. So this awning is actually built on the edge of the slide. That is incredible for all of you. See, normally an awning like this is going to be put on the wall, and then therefore half of it is just going to be covering the top of your slide. Now you're going to get full shade coverage for at least 8 feet out the side of your RV. Same with the other awning. Both of them are fully automatic. Now, if you want to come a little bit closer here, I want to show you guys the Lippert ladder system. This is the absolute best ladder you can get in the market right now. It adjusts individually. What that means is, like, let's say you're on a crazy angle. When we're going RVing, we want to go to unique, different places. Maybe not just a flat surface somewhere. You might be on a cliff on the side of the road. Jerome, Arizona. With that, you're going to want the Lippert ladder system. So this is the step above steps. What's going to happen is the legs adjust individually. So that means if you're on an angle, you can like lower one leg, raise one leg. That way you still have a nice flat surface. Each step holds 3,000 pounds. If you come a little bit closer here, I really want you to get really, really close here. So this is your SolarFlex Discover 440i package. So what that means, you've got 440 watts of solar panels already on the roof, as well as a 2,000 watt inverter. That was the sine inverter that we already went over. So that means that you can upgrade to 2,000 watts of solar panels before you upgrade your inverter, before you upgrade your solar controller. This thing is ready for all solar situations. So you got outdoor waterproof speakers, and then I just also want to mention one last thing before we go inside. Underneath the awning is going to be an LED awning light. That awning light is going to keep bugs away. It's going to be dark enough to see the stars, but bright enough to read. It's going to offer a lot of cosmetic value to your RV. You're going to love it. Let's go inside, guys. All right, guys, we are finally on the inside of the 2025 Cougar 316 RLS Midnight Edition. I could talk for hours about this thing, but let's just go over the absolute best features. First things first, HyperDeck flooring. So this is the most water-resistant floor on the market. It's a 7-layer system. You know, your water is not going to do any damage. Obviously, I don't recommend driving this thing into a lake, but you're going to have incredible water resistance here. If you look up a little bit right here, we got some speakers. So that means you got sound coming from here. You got sound coming from the outside. There are speakers throughout the entire coach. It's going to be all in zones. So let's say you're having like a Super Bowl party or something like that. You could have the Super Bowl blasting in here and blasting outside, or you could have it blasting outside and quiet in here. That way, you know, if you want to get away from it all for a while, if you want to just come in and unwind for a bit, maybe cook something to eat while everyone's out there cheering, hooting, and hollering. If you want to come in and sober up a little bit, you can. You can, you know, modify, you can customize your sound with your RV. Over here, you know, RVs are all about killing as many birds with one stone. You know, you want as many features packed in without making the RV too big or too small. This is pantrytainment. So you open up your TV here, you have some nice shelves, and then like a little coat rack, and then you have the cordless vacuum prep right here, so you can hang a vacuum here and then just take it out. I have a cordless vacuum cleaner myself at my house in Queen Creek, so I'm always using that thing to keep the house clean. But you can put one here, put a mount here. There's a little kind of stud right there. You also have a couple AC adapters and coat racks. Now what's really special about this is, now think about it, we all have DVD players. Some of us have VHS players. A lot of us have PlayStations, Xbox. You know, a lot of people would say, well, I'm not bringing my Xbox camping. Well, you might not be, but a lot of people live in these things. So they kind of want to bring their game system, their consoles, their DVR boxes. Now, in a regular RV, they would just be sitting here on the floor, just laying out there. You'd be tripping all over them and everything, but not anymore. Now you can just put them back here. That's the whole point of pantrytainment. You also have an electric fireplace space heater underneath. This gets warm. Now, I'm an Arizonan, so I get cold very easily. However, this is plenty of heat for like an Arizona winter. A lot of times we don't want to use propane or, you know, like a 110 power source for our heater. So this is really going to help you out with energy efficiency. and it creates enough heat so that, like in an Arizona winter, and it does get cold here. I know it sounds silly to people up in Oregon and Washington, but it can get cold here in the wintertime. That's going to give you enough heat to get through it, and it's going to run on electric instead of propane. So you have a lot of good options there. Over here, we have an incredibly generous size microwave. You know, they can't make a microwave big enough for a guy like me. You also have a 3-burner stovetop with a little splashback just to keep it off your window. You have 2 power stations right here that can lower and then come back up. So you can get it out of the way if you need. And then down here you actually have a pretty decent size oven. People make fun of RV ovens. The truth is you got to put a pizza stone at the bottom of them. If you put a pizza stone at the bottom of your RV oven, it's going to disperse your heat so much better. You're going to be able to actually cook things a lot easier. Highly recommended for any RVer. And then a little pots and pan drawer underneath. Now all the wood in a Cougar or a Passport is going to be Bannack wood. Here's a little trash can if you want to see that. And then there's for your paper towel. Just kind of fits right in. Very convenient. So all the wood inside of a Cougar is going to be Bannack wood. Bannack wood is a South American hardwood known for being very light. So this stuff is the hardest, lightest wood in the world. That means it's not going to weigh you down, but it's still going to give you an absolute solid surface. Over here you have theater seats. These are going to recline away from the wall, so you don't got to like pull them away from the wall just to recline. They'll push you out. They also heat you up and they give you a massage. It's not like the Brookstone massage with the deep tissue. It's kind of like the, you know, the karate chop on the back. It's magic fingers is what it is. Over here, so I don't expect you to expect guests, but hey, we're always going to have Uncle Joe come by. Sometimes we're going to have your son or your kids come by sometimes. This is going to give you a couch bed. It's a trifold. It's going to give you a very large size bed at not adding too much space. So very easy. I just took off the cushions. I'm going to lift right here. That's going to come out. Done. Now you have a very large bed that even a guy who's like 6'2", 6'3" could actually lay on and enjoy himself. If you want to get fancy, you can put these back on. Now you got movie night. All right, over here you got your farm sink, very large sink. So you can see, you know, you can dry your stuff there. You know, if I get a bigger plate here, I can actually show you that. So you have very convenient large sink. I live on farm properties, so you really can't have as big a sink as... You can't have too big of a sink when you live in a place like I do. This is one of the very few... Come on a little closer, Charles. This is one of the very few 12-volt two-door fridges. So it's one of the largest fridges, but it's also 12-volt. That means you can run off the battery. So with the current solar system and with the lithium battery on board, this fridge can pretty much run all day and night. All right, guys, we are in the bedroom right now. First thing you're gonna notice, you got a few AC ducts right here. That means it's gonna be nice and cool in here. Over here, this is my favorite thing. This is your second amendment cabinet. So this can hold 2 of my guns. Maybe it can hold 1 of yours. And then the Bannack wood cabinetry. You have a lot of space for storage for underwear, socks, t-shirts, gym shorts. And then come here a little closer, Charles. We're going to show them the underbelt. So it has under bed storage. You just lift this up. Oh, that's so easy. A lot of these things are actually heavy, but that's really easy. That's just a blanket that comes with it down there. But as you can see, you have quite a bit of storage. Yeah, you can put extra blankets, sleeping bags, whatever you need down there. Let's get a little closer, a little intimate right here. If you want to take a look at this little charging outlet, this is really, really fantastic for the RV world. So that is USB and then USB-C. So that means the cable they give you at the phone store, you can actually plug in now. You don't have to go to Walgreens and get a charging block or anything. If you look in here, you are fully prepped for washer dryer. There's your hookups for the washer dryer right there. These shelves can easily be taken out. The back wall can be flattened so that you can do a stackable if you want to. And then you have a very nice wardrobe closet with light both on the hanging rack and above. That means you just have adequate lighting. You have a little laundry hamper. If you look in a little closer there underneath. And then you also have an inverted outlet above just in case you need to plug something in. Great for CPAP machines. Just close that up. And then you have your blackout curtains, which are standard on every window in the coach right now. Now we're going to step into the bathroom right here. Absolutely love the bathrooms in the 316 RLS. You got his and her sinks. You got a sink for her. You got a sink also for her. Everyone's happy. Little extra storage, linen closet right here for towels and everything. Now I'm 6'4". I don't fit in a whole lot of showers, but I do fit in this one. And it even has a shower seat in case you're 6'7", 6'8". So very comfortable, very convenient. You still have some shelves right here for shampoo, for soap, for conditioner, whatever you need. It's got the upgraded shower nozzle. Will let better disbursement of water. And of course your toilet gives you plenty of hip space. I mean, I may not look like it, but I'm a pretty big guy. I'm 6'4", almost 230 pounds, and I have plenty of room here to sit, to relax, to take it easy. It's all good. And then a little bit of RV toilet paper here that comes with your unit. You got to use RV toilet paper. You want to make sure your butt's clean. So guys, this is the 2025 Cougar 316 RLS Midnight Edition. It's been my sincere pleasure showing this unit off to you guys. I think Cougar is absolute second to none. They're basically a 5-star luxury unit. They just take the chandelier out and save you a little bit of money. The only thing separating this from like an absolute $1 million fifth wheel is going to be cosmetics. And at the end of the day, cosmetics aren't what make your camping trip worth it. We got a few little units kind of sitting in here. They have the Good Sand Campground Guide sitting in here. I just wanted to kind of show this to you. This is 2,400 different campgrounds that you'll get discounts on just by purchasing your RV from Camping World. Now, I was at the Utah RV show last month, and KOA was there, and they had their campground guide, and theirs was about a quarter of our size. So just by buying an RV with Camping World, you get more discounted campgrounds than KOA. I mean, is that even possible? Aside from that, the 2025 Cougar Midnight Edition is going to come with a manufacturer's warranty. It's going to be free, 1 year bumper to bumper, and 2 year structure. So that first year you have full coverage for absolutely free on your Cougar. And then don't discount the structure either. The structure is still a lot of important components on your RV. Guys, thank you so much for watching this. My name is Hayden with Camping World Mesa. I hope to hear from you soon. I think the Cougar Midnight Edition offers the absolute best value for the price. Take care, guys. Thank you so much.